Hello, everybody. How are we all doing today? This is actually my second video. First one is still uploading to YouTube. It is being so slow. But I've already started cooking today's video. But it doesn't take long and it's really easy. But I want to do it slow. So it's doing its thing. But as you can tell by the thumbnail, we're making some British pub grub. And what we are making is classic bangers and mash. For those who don't know what it is or think it's something completely wrong, all it is a thick pork sausage. You can use really any type of sausage, but a classic pork breakfast sausage is what it is done with mashed potatoes and an onion gravy. So I already have the potatoes in the water. I've got the onions cooking down. We'll get the sausage in the oven because I'm going to roast them. Just a little bit easier when you've got everything else going in. Who wants sausage fat splashing all over you? I know I don't. Then we'll show you how to make a classic gravy. I'm doing the onion gravy, but you can use this same method to make any gravy pretty well. So, let's get into the kitchen. I'll show you what we've done so far, and let's make some dinner. See you all back in the kitchen soon. Well, hello everyone. Now we are in the kitchen. It's a little bit later at night, so excuse a little bit of a yellow light. But as I said, on the oven, we have our pot with the potatoes going. We have some onions sauteing and browning. And what I was saying about the sausage, as you can see, they are just really thick breakfast sausage. Now, all I've done here is I've just poured a little olive oil on there. It'll help brown them up and get that heat in there a little bit faster. And as I said, whoop, what else is new? Lost my towel. At least it was close. We have the oven set to 450 degrees. And those just go in until they're nice and golden brown. So we'll show you the onions now. Just show you where we are. And we'll show you how we make our stock from there. Okay, so as you can see, we have our onions here. And these are just slowly cooking down. This was 2 onions and a tablespoon of butter with a little bit of salt and pepper. That's it. But now we want to start turning this into an onion gravy. You can buy pre-made gravies if you want. You do it on the quick. That's up to you. But we're going to make this from scratch. So as I said, in here I just have the onions, salt, pepper, and about a tablespoon of butter. If you want to do it with olive oil, you can. Next we have our flour, and we're going to add about a tablespoon of the flour. Now that flour is going to soak up the juice from the onions. It's also going to soak up that fat from the butter. We just want to stir it all together so we don't see any more of that flour. The onions are going to almost seem a bit gummy. That's fine. To this, we're now just going to add some, well, in this case, low sodium beef stock. If you have homemade, great. If you don't worry about it. I'm just using it from a container myself. And we're going to stir that up What's going to happen now is the flour is going to start to gelatinize, and it's going to thicken up, and this is going to become a really rich, yummy gravy. The only thing is to thicken it, we have to turn the heat up a bit. So before, I only had it on like 2 or 3, so very, very medium low, and now I've turned it up to a medium high because we want to thicken this. The other reason we want to cook this a while is we want to cook that flour taste out of here, because otherwise it's going to be bleh. No one likes gritty, cereal-ish tasting gravy. So we're just going to stir that a bit. Also, in the water with the potatoes, we're just going to add chicken stock. We're just going to add 1 cube. So instead of salting the water, we're going to use the chicken stock, or the chicken cube. Again, this is just going to bring in a bit more flavor. That's all. You want to keep scraping the bottom of your gravy pan, because the flour will stick to the bottom. You want to make sure you've got it all up, because that's going to give you a real lump-free gravy. I know it's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's already starting to thicken up here. Now, we can season this gravy a little bit more as well. And for me, I just like just some fresh thyme or some dried thyme. If you don't have fresh, I'm putting in about a teaspoon's worth. And because I like a peppery sauce, I'm going to add about another teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of black pepper. Like I said, I'm sure you can see now how that gravy is starting to thicken up. We don't want it so thick that it's paste, obviously, but we want it so that it's going to coat and stick to our sausage and everything. And if by chance you do find you added too much flour or it thickened a bit too much, just add a little bit more of the beef stock. So there we go. I'm happy with how thick this is. Now this will thicken a little bit also as it cools down. So for now, I'm going to turn the heat down. Just going to wait for the mashed potatoes. We'll mash those up. We'll show you what I add to that. And then we'll assemble all this once it's all done. So we'll see you all again really soon. Hello again, everyone. We have our potatoes that we boiled in the chicken stock. All I'm going to add right now is just half a cup of milk. And just give those a little mash to get them going. So if you like a thicker or a chunkier mash, do it less. I myself like them more smooth, so I will do it a little bit more. Next, we want to add some butter, of
So I've got about 2 teaspoons of butter there. Now, the other thing I did is I left the skins on my potatoes, just because I like that difference of texture. Plus, the skins are so thin, I'm going to chuck out more of the potato than I would have saved. Oh yeah, these are nice, creamy. Turning the other burner off because I almost forgot. Turn our oven off. I've already taken the sausages out back there with the gravy. I just put them in the gravy. Never hurts to add that little bit more flavor. And we are gonna go plate this up. So I'm just gonna change the camera and then we'll come right back.
Hey everyone, we're back. So as you can see here, I just have my bowl, and you're probably wondering, well, why is there chunks of stuff in the bottom? Well, this is some old English cheddar. In fact, this is an 8-year-old cheddar. So it doesn't take a lot, but it's gonna add a ton of flavor. To that, right on top, we'll bring this over to make it easier. You're gonna start adding our mashed potatoes right on top. Now the cheese is optional. I know not everyone likes cheese. Not everyone likes cheese in their mashed potatoes. But if you do, oh, this is so good. So we have all of our mash. Next, we have our sausage. Like I said, these are nice pork breakfast sausage. We're going to have some really nice seasonings. Be really rich and tasty. And then, of course, you have to have the gravy. Like I said, that gravy is just the onions cooked down with a bit of salt and pepper, tablespoon of flour, and that's just to help soak up some of the fat from cooking the onions in, and then the beef stock. Now, traditionally, this would be served, whoops, do it that way. Traditionally, this would be served with a side of peas, but I went to 3 different stores this morning, and not one of them had peas, believe it or not. So, now comes the important part. Let's spin this camera around, and let's dig in and take a taste. Give me a sec. And welcome back. So as you see, I've got my bowl here. And before you ask, why do I put it in a bowl? Easy, it holds all the gravy. So this way when I dig in, and I get that potato, some of those sauteed onions, I get the gravy. This is going to be really hot. The creamy saltiness of the potatoes, that little bite from the onion, the pepperiness of the gravy. Of course, we have our sausage now, which you've got to get everything on. Like I said, I'm kind of sorry. Whoop. Knocking my fork and everything over. I'm kind of sorry I couldn't find the peas that go along with this, because it actually goes really well. But this is truly a taste of the UK on your fork, and so easy to make at home. savory, peppery, so good on a cool evening or any evening with a cold beer or a cold drink if you don't go for that. So good. And with that little bit of cheese that I put in the bottom of the bowl, it's melted into those potatoes. I was in London. I think I was there for a week. I think I had this like 4 times. It is quintessential UK pub fare. Give this a try. If you don't want to use breakfast sausage, use mild Italian sausage. Use chorizo. Use any good pork sausage. It'll be fine. I've done this with lamb sausage, and it was incredible, especially with the peas then. So please give this a shot. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. You can do it right now while I'm eating some more. Go ahead. Don't worry. I'll wait for you. God, that's so good. And I love mashed potatoes. If you're coming back to the channel, well, thank you ever so much. Remember to hit that thumbs up button so this way you see, and hit that bell. So this way you see when I come out with new videos like this. I really hope to see you all again next time. Till then, my name is Andrew. Thank you for stopping by my kitchen, and we will see you all again next time. Have a great night.